beep.
But imagine if
beep.
there's this evil director that pretty much sets up the circumstances necessary to make her horror film. I mean, she even left a script out for it.
Oof.
Could you imagine if there was a crazy film director that, say, somehow kidnapped people and brought them to a haunted house and had cameras in every room and actually concocted a movie monster murderer? Do you know what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
Then they could probably tout it later as, you know, being authentic. When they'd in fact be, you know, a real murderer and such. But in any case, I'm trying to look back, and I know that there are definitely some movies I've seen where there are takes that were made in which people died and they kept them for the film. I think one of them may have been Ben-Hur with Charlton Heston, where they actually filmed chariot scenes. You know, it was back in was it the 60s?
I think. I don't remember.
Maybe it was the 60s or the 70s. And so obviously they didn't want to use miniatures, didn't have CGI, animatronics wouldn't have been able to function properly. So yeah, they actually did get a bunch of horses, made Roman chariots, and had a racetrack arena for him to race the horses and stuff. And back then, the stunts that they were doing, they had to be conducted by stuntsmen and stunt horses. I actually think that nowadays, all the stunts that they did back then with horses would probably be
horses and all the stunts, man.
It would have been considered animal abuse by today's standards. You know how you always see in old westerns and such, the horses just sort of rear up and they fall on their side or something?
Yeah.
When they're shot?
Not great for horses.
Right. So, but in this movie, you have 4 horses tethered together and to a chariot, and you had scenes where the chariots were crashing into each other and falling apart and the horses falling over. You know what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe at least a couple of the stuntmen were injured for that, but also one of them died. I don't know if it was after he was thrown off one of the chariots or trampled, or who knows what it was, but I'd have to look it up, but maybe they kept the take for it in the film.
Wouldn't be surprised. Hollywood is fairly opportunistic. And usually they do actually sign a release. Let's see.
Yeah. Ben-Hur was one of the many films that my dad had in his ancient VHS drawer, and I loved watching all those films. He had a number of Charlton Heston films, among them Planet of the Apes, of course. But I don't believe he ever owned Soylent Green. I remember Call of the Wild, the old one. What were some other Charlton Heston films? He was in quite a number. The Omega Man, among other things. 10 Commandments. But in any case, sorry for being distracted. I was just thinking about the plot that I was mentioning before about the director luring people into a horror situation.
Yeah.
That surely has happened before. There's been a movie about a director or someone intentionally filming something in that fashion, right?
Probably.
I'll have to look it up. But I have no doubt it's been done before. I mean, on a... I don't want to say necessarily softer note, but you know those reality TV shows like Survivor and such?
Yeah.
If you think about that, imagine if Survivor wasn't a game show where people are just supposed to survive on an island and do a bunch of fun mini games that they come up with and get voted off one by one. But if there was a, like, people were captured and forced to live on this island.
So the most dangerous game, kinda.
The most dangerous game?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well,
was that a movie?
Yeah. It's effectively where a bunch of rich people set loose like a bunch of kidnapped people and use them for hunting.
Oh. Ugh.
Yep.
Well, then there's also that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that I haven't seen. Oh, what was it? Running Man?
Yeah.
Is that the one where the criminals are put on an island and forced to fight to the death?
Mm-hmm.
And it was televised, too. So yeah, I suppose that would be a more dire... Yeah. Definitely far more dire situation than the survivors ever had to endure. Because for them, they just get voted off the island. They don't get murdered.
Yep. I never really had a whole lot of interest in Survivor. I know a lot of people got really invested into it, but it always struck me as kind of dumb. But I don't really do well with reality TV. I've always found it to be kind of...
Mm-hmm. But my parents loved reality TV.
Yeah.
A lot of game shows and such. I can't tell you how many seasons of The Bachelor I've seen with my mom. I'd be doing my homework at the time, but I'd be sitting there doing my homework on the couch while she was watching it, and I'd glance up every once in a while to see what crazy antics they were up to. Just the thought of a dozen people vying for the attentions of one eligible bachelor or bachelorette, and then having them simultaneously dating all of them at different times or on group dates and a bunch of other things. It's just, And of course, there were always feuds between the contestants, and it just never seems genuine. And I think of all the seasons that there have been, only a couple of the couples actually ever married and remained married.
Oh, Most Dangerous Game is about a dude that hunts survivors of shipwrecks on his island.
Oh.
Yeah, so they don't kidnap people. I guess I've read too many adaptions or similar setups. Okay,
Wait, so people get shipwrecked to this guy's island and he kills them all?
Yeah, he'll hunt them down and kill them for sport.
So are you stuck?
Yep. Yep.
Because...
Oh, I can lock that off, which means I know where that is. Means I know where these are. Okay. Yeah, I was just staring at an impossibility.
Oh, you know where that 2 is, up top. See?
I mean, I knew where everything
You got
was.
it
Just took
all.
a little bit.
It's a human heart! What?
Sorry.
What? See, murder yacht!
We have to find Detective Cross. There's been a murder.
Wait a second, Scout. It's not real. Look, there's a straw sticking out of it. It smells like citrus? I think it's some kind of cocktail.
Why is there a cocktail inside a human heart?
She really likes macabre stuff, huh? Erin must have picked them. Maybe it's related to one of her movies? She has a reputation for being kind of weird.
I'm not sure I want to meet her anymore.
Oh, this is Erin? Wow, and so you had the very, like, voice for Ray. But she looks really shy.
Hello?
Hi! Are you Erin? Or is it supposed to be Erin? I mean, the thing is, she and her brother have a East Asian vibe to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's necessarily Erin as Aaron.
Could be.
You know what I mean? But,
Yes. So, what do you think of it?
Think of what?
I wanted it to be real blood, but Ray said a cocktail would be better.
The drink? Oh yeah, it was great. Just took me a second to get over the whole looks like a real heart thing.
In some places, they drink fresh blood from the bull. They cut open a vein, and out it gushes, hot and slick. It tastes of the best steak you've ever had. Or perhaps it is that even the best steak simply tastes of blood.
Oh, she's so weird.
Should we follow her?
I'm not sure. I think I might be a vegetarian now. That's weird. So this is Erin?
Yep.
Aaron? I'll call her Aaron from now on, because I think that's what it's supposed to be with an EI.
Oh, suddenly I want that Beyond Burger.
Oh, the Beyond Burger that's made out of the soy and stuff, yeah.
Vegetarian man.
She has headphones and glasses and a sweater, like a hoodie sweater under a kimono. Look, it has a zipper too.
Yep.
A scarf, leggings. This is...
It looks less like a hoodie and more like a track jacket kind of thing.
Yeah, it has a zipper.
Is it okay if I ask you a few questions?
Wrong person.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's just she was smiling, so I thought she was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if we ask you a few questions?
There are new copies of my new script around. I would be very interested to hear your thoughts.
Have you seen anyone wearing a silver bracelet?
There's no difference between steel and silver at a distance. You have to look closer to know the truth.
What do you mean?
Perhaps you should read my script and find out.
I've heard some pretty weird rumors about...
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Wasn't fish?
I don't know what you hope to achieve with that. You can keep that. What did you think of it?
It was, visceral.
Life is at its best when magnified, examined in the smallest detail. I think death is also.
I'm still not sure what the story was about. I got kind of lost after the fourth dream sequence.
A woman takes to the sea to escape persecution for the murder of a smuggler. It's about crime and punishment, justice and revenge. The open ocean is a symbol of freedom, but is also a place of isolation. The darkest depths hold the bloodiest secrets.
Why did you let her escape in the end? Aren't the good guys supposed to win? Or win?
Good and bad are unreliable labels. Can't a good person do bad things?
Does that apply to you too?
Of course. All my work is a reflection of myself.
Well, you certainly got the boat.
You aren't planning on murdering anyone, are you?
I like you.
Hey, can you give me a Oh, hi, you must be Aaron.
You're the one who came with honor. My brother tells me you're a very bad actor. You won't find anything here today.
You think she's right?
Yeah, you are a very bad actor. Any luck finding your informant?
Not yet, but there's something fishy about one of the lifeboats over there. Perhaps it's a fishing boat. I'm serious, it looks like a release lever's been pulled.
I don't mean to state the obvious, but wouldn't the lifeboat be gone if someone pulled the release?
Mechanism must be jammed, but someone tried to release it. I want you to go and take a closer look. I'd do it myself, but Ray said the area's off limits and he won't take his eyes off me. I think he suspects something.
Or maybe you've got an admirer.
Okay, Scout. Let's go search that lifeboat.
Puzzles! Swing. Let's see, which means I can lock that off.
It's interesting if you think about it.
Swing.
The...
No, it's not.
Well, okay, sorry. It's just about...
What?
Just...
What was that reaction? Sorry. Like I said, I'm in a persnickety mood. There's just immediate, like, alright, never mind.
You're terrible. What's wrong with you?
I'm in a persnickety mood.
Persnickety. Well, in any case, just about how art reflects one as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
So, if someone is a horror fiction writer and such,
Yeah.
is that just morbid curiosity? Some way to vent inner violence? Or like, what's the deal with it? I mean, I admit I do enjoy watching horror films, but only because there's usually an element of mystery involved. You want to find out the true nature of the paranormal, entity or the ghost or the murderer or whatnot. And you want to see who makes it out alive and if they're able to discover a way out. But at the same time, yeah, definitely like excessive gore and other stuff. Ugh, no. Not too fond of that. And I can imagine that people who write romance novels, it's kind of wish fulfillment.
Yeah. Let's see. That's the two. Yeah. I would definitely agree it's probably wish fulfillment for a lot of things. I mean, for me, like, I like sci-fi thinking about, like, what could be.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Oh yeah, I definitely like science fiction for figuring out new technology and social quandaries and such related to humanity's interaction with technology or alien species or venturing into the stars.
Mm-hmm. Because super unfortunately, we will probably not be around to see that. But it's kind of nice to imagine.
I mean, it was just about, what is it, about 60 years ago, you had people in Star Trek with wireless communication devices.
Yeah, and we already got that.
And now we have that with visuals and stuff too. I mean, they did have something akin to video chat on the ship, like you could patch into the computer and you could see someone talking on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
But you know, what I'm getting at is the old communicators were like walkie-talkies and. What's wrong? Did you mess up?
I think so.
With what?
This right here, this 521 is wrong.
Oh.
I see. No, I'm fine. We're good. I just put something in the wrong spot. Hey,
Oh.
thank you, Flying Kangaroo. Kayan Guru. Flying Kayan Guru, probably. For the sub, and welcome to Late Night Mode by Numbers. I am solving puzzles, and Shell is thoroughly distracted.
I am musing about things.
I would agree, though, that, like, it is kind of cool how much technology has progressed in different ways.
Oh, I know. I mean, it was only a number of decades ago that we didn't have computers. I mean, definitely not personal. I mean, you and I, being born in the early 90s, we didn't necessarily witness the first video games coming out and such, but our parents did. And we witnessed a lot of firsts when it came to, like, personal devices.
3D
animation.
That,
PC gaming really excelled.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I've been thankful for a lot of reasons.
a lot of gaming consoles. I mean, we witnessed, the shift from VHS to DVD and such. The first cell phones. I mean, there were older cell phones, but like nice, compatible compact ones. Smartphones. I mean, our friends were comparing CD players the other day, the personal portable ones,
Mm-hmm.
and how people went from that to iPods.
I'm always a little bit blown away at how fast certain bits of technology, not others. But I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that those are the priorities that our society kind of sets.
Well, and also if you think about it, I mean, you seem to be dismayed that more advances haven't been made in space travel.
Kind of.
But admittedly, it takes a lot of funding and a lot of time to get. Like, you would think that by now there would have already been an expedition to Mars, but it's just a very expensive endeavor. And after decades of flitting between the moon and back, I suppose you have to wonder, well, ultimately, what will the purpose of going to these other worlds be? Like, we have satellites that are looking at various moons around Saturn and Jupiter and such, but I suppose we need to find a way to skip and hop and get actual probes on some of those moons, I should say, because you have things like Titan and Europa and Io and such that would be really interesting to study. But how many months does it take to get to Mars? It's pretty extensive.
Yeah, it takes a while.
And I know that people keep talking about colonizing the other planets and such, but without a magnetic field and without an atmosphere and such, it's just... You'd have to be worried about resources running out and the feasibility of people being able to persist.
I mean, we probably have the technology
a
to
body
figure it out. Oh.
in the lifeboat.
Oh.
You're right.
Oh no.
Oh. Detective Cross, get over here. Someone's been shot.
Honor, I can't.
Scout? Scout, wait! Episode 4, Scout's Honor.
What's going on? That area is off limits. Everyone stay calm, there's been a murder. What? Let me see. Hold it right there. No one sees the body until I say so. I object. This is my yacht. You can't stop me. That's where you're wrong, Kino. This may come as a surprise, but I'm not just an actor from out of town. I'm a police detective. Well, that's supposed to be a secret. My sister works with highly trained actors. I didn't believe your amateurs make-believe for a second. Oh, yeah? Well, make-believe this. We're heading back to port. You can't commandeer my boat without a court order. Civil forfeiture, Ray. This yacht was involved in a murder. I fought cases much bigger than this in one, detective. Justice will be served. Did someone say we're turning back? Are you the captain? For today? But not other days? I'm from an agency, Captain. I'm from an agency. Regular Captain couldn't make it. I'm Clyde Muscleman! You better turn this ship around, Clyde. I want to be back in LA within the hour. Fine by me. I got a bad feeling about this. You and Scout check the scene for evidence. I'll try and keep the crowd in order.
Only one problem with that. The Scout's gone. He took off when he saw the body.
You let him go? He could be dangerous.
Yeah, top one.
Yeah, I'm sure. He's dealing with a lot right now. He's just scared.
We got a murder on our hands. You need to find him and get him under control.
Scout, where are you? There you are. You can't just run off like that.
I'm sorry, I saw the body and
I know.
I spent so long trying to remember, now I wish I could forget again. But what I did is seared into my memory. It can never be deleted.
We all have parts of ourselves that we wish we could forget. But running away from our problems doesn't solve anything. It's how you deal with them that's important.
But I don't know how.
That's okay. You don't need to have all the answers right away, but you need to be willing to find them.
Will you help me?
We're a team, Scout. I'll do whatever I can. But right now, we've got a new case to solve. You gonna be okay searching the scene?
Yes, I'll try my best.
Just take it slow.
More puzzle. More puzzle?
I just hope that you haven't progressed the plot before talking to people, but probably not.
Well, we paid the price the last time.
Yeah. Hey, that looks perfect.
Heck yeah. That is about as good of an opening as I could ask for. I mean, okay, it could be a bit better. Still a good opening, though. It's a very good opening.
Mm-hmm. You know that's X'd off. Yeah.
Dang. Let's see. Give me a second. There's a lot to manage with this one. That whole thing is done. These are ones. Well, we know that's X'd off at the very least, but we don't know about the rest.
Well, that's a 2 at the top, right?
Done. Here? Yes. That's X'd off. That's got to be a 1. We just don't know what kind of 1. That's got to be a 1. That's probably part of the 3. We know there's an X here at the very least, but we don't know any more than that. Okay. There's a 1 here. It is 6, which means this is the 4. Only has so much swing. That's there, so we can X both of those off. Extend this here. Lock those off. We know where the 4 is. I'm on a roll. Let's see. This is part of the 9, which I didn't even notice.
Which means that that's part of the 2, which means you can probably lock off
That.
that and that on the right side. Wander? Down? Yeah, that can be X'd off to the left.
You're right.
Which means the 3 has to be in the point in the center. Up there, right? Yeah.
Okay. And that's there. This has to be the 3. Because you're not going to be able to fit the 3-2 up in there. Oh. Lock that off. There's a 6 up in here. We know that's the 2. We know that's the 1. We know this is part of the 4, which means...
Oh, I think there's only one way you can do the 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 row.
This one?
Down. Down.
This one.
That row. And then one of those 2.
Yep.
Because I don't think there was any... If you shifted it over, it wouldn't have fit.
Let me solve some other things real quick, though.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I'm bouncing around.
Oh, is that part of the 3 then? For the 5th column?
Give me a second. Which?
Yeah,
5th?
down.
This.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the whole column done.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you got to give me a little bit to fill some of these in, as
Okay.
there's a lot here.
Oh yeah, you can X everything out in the 6th column as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 2 there is done, which means that's done. Which means we can move that in at the very least. That's X'd off because this is the 2. That's the 4 there. That's the 2 there. 6 is here. Sends up there at the very least. That's the 2. 3 is here somewhere. Ish. This is part of the 4, so we can X this off.
Oh, to the right? Right? I think there's only... Yeah, 2 more spots you can put... Wait, no. Never
So
mind.
there's
You can
either a
have
1 up here
one,
or a 1 down here.
or the other one. Yeah, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Though it makes sense if everything shifted over 1.
Yeah, but we don't really know. Let's see.
Oh, that's a 2 right there. So you can
This.
X that off.
Makes that easy. So
Oh,
that's a
that means
1
you
there.
can just block everything in the row to the right of that 2.
This one.
Yeah.
That means that's the 2. That's a 1. Lock that off, which means this is here. That's done. This is here, this is here. Which means that's done. This is here. That's done. This is here, 6 is done. 9 is done. This 9's been done for a while and I didn't even notice. Lock that off. 1's here. 4's here. That's done. This is here. This is here. These are all done.
Mm-hmm.
6 is there. There we go.
Is that
It's the silver bracelet.
Oh.
We found the informant.
Was
They've
the
been
informant the
murdered.
one that was murdered?
A silver bracelet.
There's an engraving. For answers held off, or held on the day you fell.
I wonder what it means.
It means more puzzles.
So many.
So many puzzles. So many delicious puzzles.
Oh, 2-1. What about the 2-1-6-1 row?
Give me a second. Okay. Means we know where the 3 is.
Okay, well, you know where the 1 is then. Yeah,
Let's-
6.
Yep. Sandwich all of that off. That's a 4. That's a 2. That means that's a 5.
Okay, you know
That's
that the 8 is ended now.
That's a 1. 8 is done. You are correct. Let's see. These are all singleton 1s. Let's see. Okay. So all of this has a 1-point swing, but we know that's there at the very least.
Oh, the 5 at the bottom. Left?
Here. Ah. Which means we can lock that off, lock that off. Move this over a bit. Put the 2 there.
We don't know on that one.
I know I can put an X there at the very least. This has to be part of the 3. So I can extend... in fact,
Mm-hmm.
that has to be there. Game gave it away.
Oh, the 4 is done then. At the bottom.
Yep.
Oh, and then you know that that can't be the 2 on the far left.
Here.
But you know that that has to be a 2.
Yep. Means we know the 4's over here. I can X that off. This is part of the 3. That's the 1.
Far
Part
left?
of 1. Far left? Oh,
Yeah, that's a 2.
that's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 3. This is the other 3. We can X that off. We can X all of these off. The rest of these, not so much so. This has to be a 1.
Why did you X off everything in the first row?
These here?
Yeah.
Because 3, 2, 2 can't fit in
Oh,
the...
yeah. You're right.
Let's see. It's a 5, but we don't know how up and down it goes. This has to... Oh. That's easy.
Oh, that's probably the 2 and the 4 right there. Oh, I can move over one spot.
Give me a second. I'm not even sure
Mhm.
which 2 and 4 you're talking about. There's a lot to keep track of that I am currently cycling through. So I can X that off, which means this 4, 2 is here, 3 goes up.
Don't quite know about any of those
Yeah,
yet.
we don't know about this one. Okay, so we know that point's there.
We know that it has to be part of one of the 4s, probably.
This has to be here. Which means that extends that way. This is here. That's... Okay, there we go. That's something to work with. Oh, wait. This has a 1-point swing.
Mm-hmm.
So we know where that is.
Oh, you know where that 2 is?
Yep. Unless it's a different 2.
No, down.
The-
Left. That's X'd off.
Oh, you're right.
So either there's a 2 before it or a 2 after it. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to determine which one.
We'll get there. Two has to be there, so I can lock these off. Means this is a 4, and this is most of the 4. There's the other 2. Lock that off. Lock that off. That's the 3. This is part of the 2, so I can lock that off.
Oops, sorry. Not used to
No
having this so close to my
forgiveness.
face.
Okay, 2 has to be up in here.
That's
Means
making a
this
nice
is the
diagonal.
3. Here? I'm sorry, what?
I'm just saying that the left is making a diagonal by the looks of it.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
That finishes that off.
Very satisfying manner. Let's see. Gotta be one
Almost
of
looks like
those.
some kind of lens or something.
Yeah, maybe. That's locked off. That's the 2. That's the 4.
Oh, that's the 3 right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Wander. You made it a 4.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it should have been.
there we go. One
Wait,
too much. My eyes are
no.
getting kind of
Oh, is that a
tired.
badge? Yeah.
badge.
Yeah, I knew she looked like a police officer.
Uh-oh. Oh no! Was the victim a police officer?
No, this isn't a police badge. It says Lori Becker, police security. She must have been hired as a guard.
Leith? That's the same company Frank Pritchell worked for.
1 dead employee is bad luck, but 2?
Puzzles? I think this will be the last puzzle.
Oh, and I was hoping to talk.
I'm just getting very tired.
Yeah, but like to talk with... I want to talk with Clyde and Cross.
Okay.
And hopefully they don't present us with a puzzle immediately.
It might.
Dun, 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 dun. What's the 521 like on the right? Oh no, probably not.
Yeah, just a bit too long.
Just a little too long.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know that 2 has to be locked off there on the right. Yeah.
Let's see. That gives us the 3. Yeah, I'm just starting to fade.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So that's part of the 6. This is part of the 4, which means this is the 2. Okay, bring that there. That's a 2. Which means this is locked off.
Oh, so then you know where the 2 is.
Yep. Know where the 4 is. Know where that 2 is. That's locked off.
Oh, the 4 can be completed.
Which
Up.
one? This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4, that's part of the 4. This is here, which means this is the 2, this is the 1. 6 is done.
That 3 can be pushed over to the left. Up top.
This one?
Yeah.
You're right. Block that off.
Mm-hmm.
5 is done. Nope. 4 is done. 3 is done. Okay, so we've solved the whole bottom.
Yeah, the 1 can be anywhere. Oh, that's a 2 right there.
Here?
Down?
This.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
you know that's the 3. Yeah, so you can push it down. I think no, you don't. Maybe you can't push it down. Oh, yeah.
No, we don't know. Wait, yeah, we do
Yeah.
know that's the 3, but we can't push it any direction. No, you're right. It has to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can only go this far down,
And it can only
and
go.
it can't go up to this tile.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one might be there. Let's see, which means I can lock that off. But that's too helpful. A lot of big blank spaces now.
Oh, hey, now that you know where the 5 is. Oh, no, the 5, you just have it equally in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Here we go. I can lock those off. Bring
Really?
this down a bit. Yeah. Because you can't fit the 3 and the 2 in here.
Ah, mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay. This would be the 4. That's done. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. Shoot.
What's wrong? Did you put something in that shouldn't have been?
I think I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I'm getting a little tired.
Mhm.
Yeah, I messed this up.
Where?
That actually is supposed to be there. Okay. I think I fixed it, but yeah, I'm having trouble, like, visualizing and looking at this.
No, that's understandable. So, with the 1 and the 3, see there?
Yeah.
Let's see what the possibilities are.
That's a 1-point swing.
So then you know where the 3 is there. And the 1. So the 3 has to offshoot from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. In the first column, you know that the one has to be down.
You're right.
Oh, Link figured it out.
It's a
Shell casing. Ah, from the bullet.
Oh no.
Ah, and you got a new memory. A shell casing? It must be from the killer's gun.
Just a moment, Honor. I don't think it's that easy. Look at the way the metal's worn and discolored.
Is that normal?
It's normal for brass to tarnish, but not to this degree. I estimate this casing to be about around 30 years old.
30 years? What's a shell casing from the 60s doing here?